This is Renewing the Man. Clarity under pressure. The weekly call to bring clarity to your situation.
Morning, everybody.
You're just waiting for good morning, Andrew.
Morning, buddy. How are you?
Good, good,
Wally,
good.
what's
Just
going
waiting for
on
a
in
couple
here, buddy?
minutes. And I was taking a nap because I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning, so it gets it gets wild. It gets wild.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah.
Who else are we waiting for?
I think Andrew, Andy Richards, and Nathan.
Okay.
I think maybe not. If not, anyway, Camille, you want to introduce yourself? Wait, hold on a second. Let me. Oh, you got it. You got it. You got to record. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, record.
Camille, would you like to introduce yourself a little bit?
You asking me because
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'm Kamil, living in South Poland. 32 years old. I'm self-employed financial advisor, and I get into your work and your knowledge thanks to Nika Kapelle. Like she worked with you in the past, and she highly recommend your inner child work. So I
Okay.
was
Great.
hoping to join this video call.
Awesome. Well,
Okay.
welcome.
Great. Awesome. Nice.
Yeah, and speaking of the
Hello.
oh, hello.
Hello, Nika. Do you have a
Yeah, yeah, I'm on
camera?
the airport. Yeah, I have like, I look like a mess. Hi guys.
Hello.
How are you?
I've been living in
Awesome.
the airport for the past 1 day.
Oh,
What? Why? What's going on?
My flight's cancelled, so I'm just
Oh
here
no.
chilling.
Oh,
Yeah,
because of what's going on in the so it is. Wow. Are you coming back to Slovenia?
yeah. I'm going back home. So see you.
So I did some work with Nika in the past as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So I just come out. So finish. We're just Nika. We're just having people introduce themselves on this call. So I'm having
Mhm.
just Camille is in the middle of introducing himself, and then we'll get to you. Camille, do you want to continue?
So yeah, as I mentioned, I'm a financial advisor, so I looking more ways to be more focused because I do a lot of daydreaming during the day. So I very interested about stuff how I could do this. And from my private interest, I like to hike mountains because I living in the hiking area. I am owner of the two arm staff, so I like to hike with them as well. And also I'm
Right.
doing like some gym in the free time because I working from home. So if I don't
Right.
move outside, so I gonna be fat so in the future, and I don't want to do this.
Awesome. That's awesome. Great. And then, and how do you pronounce your name? Is it Camille or Camille
Kamil,
or
Kamil,
Camille? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Mazur. And so you're Polish or are you
Polish,
mixed?
Polish,
Polish,
100%
Polish,
Polish guy.
percent Polish. Okay. I'm here in Ljubljana, Slovenia, so we're not too far away from each other. All right. Perfect. Nika, would you like to introduce you? Thank you, Kemal. I appreciate you introducing yourself. Nika, would you like to introduce yourself and a bit of your
Hi,
story?
Rita. I don't know. Um, I don't exactly know what is this group exactly. I just came because it's you. So like, I just introduced myself.
Yeah, just introduce yourself.
Okay, so I'm Nika. I come from Slovenia. I'm going back home now. Um, I am scuba diving instructor, and I had a few sessions with Wally before, and I had really good experience. So I also invited Camille to come.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Nika's been singing all the praises for me up and down.
yeah,
It was amazing. Thank you, Nika. I appreciate it. Awesome. Nick,
thank
you want
you.
to lead the? You're welcome. Nick, can you lead the call? I'm a little bit tired. I didn't sleep so well. So
Sure. Yeah.
It's okay. Same with me. I will just call my dog because he's disturbing me. Watch. Watch.
So yeah, I'm Nick. I'm one of the other coaches with Renewing the Man here. I'm in on Vancouver Island in Canada, on the west coast of Canada. And yeah, Andrew, do you want to introduce yourself as well here?
Yeah, sure, no problem. So I'm Andrew, 45, from Vancouver, um, self-employed as well, mechanical contractor. Actually got introduced by Wally through Nathan, and this is obviously the second time that I'm doing this, but Wally and I have gone back and forth for the last couple months.
Awesome.
Just to interrupt you guys there, Nick, I have a buddy of mine who's actually from Courtney as well.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, he's just going through a divorce right now,
Oh,
and he wants to jump on with us.
cool.
okay.
So
Is he going to jump out now or?
no, I'm going to introduce them to either Wally or Nick, and then you guys can
Yeah.
have a chat with him. So
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. That
Okay.
sounds
Great.
good. Awesome. So yeah, these types of calls are clarity call, where we help people get clarity in their situation. So, Camille, you had said that you were having some issues with daydreaming. Is that right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So, how long into your workday does that usually start to happen?
I'm not sure if I understand the question. You ask me what time in the day my daydream start?
Yeah. So, like, you start your daily day of doing your work. So, how
Mhm.
soon into that day does that daydreaming start? Is it kind of immediate, or like you're distracted by stuff, or
Like
what?
I'm very easy distracted. Like sometimes I'm not even like fully wake up from the bed and my daydreaming starts. So like
Uh,
it's not like very intense, but when I'm not aware, like very easy to jump into it.
okay, okay. Um,
And as
so
I recall, I have this from all my life. Like I was like more curious about, more aware about it. Like maybe last years.
okay, okay. Um, interesting. Um, so it's been like your entire life, even through school and everything. You were kind of daydreaming and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
my teacher hate me because they saw that I don't give a damn about what they saying, and they told me no, I'm not aware what they are talking about. So yeah.
So that must have been hard going through school like that, and then not being able to focus. And
Yeah, but also from the opposite side, I always was a free spirit, so I never had a problem with the school, the lessons, and like even though I was okay, but now when I working from my home, like my office in my home, my life is in my family home, so I am getting very easy distracted. So if I don't do this my way, work in the very morning, I don't do this at all actually.
right, yeah. So are you so you're financial planning, or are you like working with the stock markets or things like that, or what was that kind
Financial
of like?
planning, exactly. Yes.
Yeah, gotcha. So you're working with clients to help them develop plans for stuff, or what is
Yes.
that? Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yes.
awesome. Um, so if you have a deadline and stuff, you're able to focus mostly, or
If I have deadline, yes, I'm 100 focused. Yeah, I'm doing the stuff which takes 3 hours. I doing this in half hour. I always do this, but after this, I'm angry at myself and exhausted. Yeah. So procrastination is the very familiar word for me. Actually.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I used to do the same. Like if I knew I had a bunch of stuff to do, I would kind of put it off until I had enough work for me to do so I could do a full day's worth of work and then just do it all in that one day, get it all done. And then it would be, I'd feel like I accomplished something uh, instead of wasting my time. So does that kind of ring with you? Like, does that resonate that it was, don't want to waste your time by doing stuff all at once and then afterwards not have anything to do?
Yes, it's something like this, and also like I'm notice that social media is not works good for me, even the YouTube. So like many information. So now I'm in some like the uh, diet from social media. Like I'm
Sure,
like in the past I was very interested also about the politics and other stuff, but like I don't even have the influence on this. So I try to not even interest what is happening right now in the world, because I want to focus my life actually.
sure. Yeah, it can be a rabbit hole that you can just go down and just spend hours in there, just scrolling through videos, right?
Yeah.
For sure. So that's great that you've got the self discipline to not go on there. That's fantastic. That's going to be very helpful for you dealing with um, this whole issue with daydreaming, actually. Because if you have the ability to control yourself in such a way, you're going to be able to reapply that to other areas of your life. So that's awesome. So um, when you're when you don't have a plan, that seems to be the time that things kind of go astray. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And do you normally plan out your days? Okay, at this time I have to do this, and this time I have to do this kind of thing every day, or just kind of have it kind of free, and as stuff comes up, you do it.
Like I need to plan this, because if I don't plan this, like the every day is like the same, and the weeks are flipping, and nothing is changed. So the plan is like the core for me.
Okay, okay. And so while you're going through your daily plan, that's when you're starting to daydream because you're not wanting to do the job, or there's not enough of it that you feel your time is going to get wasted by doing the actual work, or what's happening there?
Sometimes when some stuff is hard for me, I'm like delaying this, like, but
Oh, it's like
later in the future, and anyway I need to do this. So sometimes it's about the delaying. Okay, not now, maybe in 1 hour. Okay, sometimes it's too late in this day, so let's do this tomorrow, and also the tomorrow. So yeah, so there is like some stuff I need to do actually right now.
Okay. So and that tends to be the harder stuff, or is that just anything in general? If there's not enough time to complete a whole task, you don't want to start it and then stop?
Yeah, so it's not with everything. It's about like a few current thing. Like it was like something I was delaying like for a few weeks, but when I did this just yesterday, it was like so refreshing to do, and it was actually not so hard. So like I put a lot of energy to postponing this, and actually, if I done this, it was not even so hard.
That's the thing.
Mm,
A lot of times you put stuff off, and it's not nearly as bad as you think it's going to be. And so by
yeah.
the time you're done it, you're just like, oh, I should have done that like 2 weeks ago because I've spent all of this time avoiding it and all this mental energy thinking about it in in my mind. I know I have to do this. I know I have to do this. Had I just done it, then I would have had all that extra time that was putting all that mental energy wasted on this thing
Yes.
that I knew that I was really easy. Now that I've done it, I realize that this is something that was really simple. So, um, do you prioritize? So it sounds like you prioritize things in in ways though that the harder tasks are kind of put off to the side a little bit, and some of the easier tasks you just bang them off really quick so that you get them done. Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So there's a way to organize your tasks, and it's like a four square kind of quadrant. Things that are important and need to be done immediately. Things that are important but aren't needing to be done immediately. Things that are not important but are still needing to be done, but not urgent. And then things that are not urgent and not needed to be done at all. But there's something that can really wait for a very long time. So if you're able to break down all of your things and put them into that four kind of quadrant, when you're looking at your day, and you're like, oh, I need to get these particular things done immediately, right? Then I have to get these other things done, but they're not as urgent. But I need to get them done today for sure. The ones that are below that line that don't need to be done that day or at all for the next week or two, if you realize that you're starting to do some of those other things that aren't as urgent, then you can recognize that and be like, oh, wait, I've I've recognized that I've already got this plan in place for these other jobs that need to get done. So I can then refocus on doing the things that I've already predetermined are more important. So that's a tool that you can use to go through and look at the types of tasks that you have to do, and then and prioritize those. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Also, Camille, I have a question for you. Have you ever been diagnosed with uh, like dyslexia
It's
or
interesting
attention?
question. I typing very badly, but nobody was wanted to give this for me. The dyslexia, but yeah, my character of typing is really bad.
Okay. So, because what you're talking about sounds like something I've been through myself, right? And procrastination, delay, and having tasks. And sometimes I'm sitting there, even with the simple, basic things like dealing with booking or Airbnb and stuff like that. Things that are very simple for some people to just go through the checkbox. It takes my mind several minutes or an hour or a whole day to go in and to kind of break it down and get the structure and understanding of what needs to be done and how. And sometimes I have to repeat actions and go back, and I think I'm already done 100%. Then I go, oh, I missed something. Because sometimes what happens for me is like my mind is going too fast. Then I'm typing or I'm speaking too fast. Then so it's like usually I'm like I relate to what you're saying because I feel that I've had similar experiences in going through. So it sounds like there's some ADHD there, some classic dyslexia that maybe has gone undiagnosed. I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you if you are or not, but it just sounds familiar. Sounds like something I've been through. So maybe that's something you might want to check out.
But if let's say I'm the adult person now, if I got this diagnosis, what I can do with this?
Nothing. It's just good to know, right? Just good to
Mm.
know, and then once you have an understanding, I'm like, oh, okay, now this is why I've been like this my whole life. It just helps with you building a new structure, new and understanding you who you are and your identity, right? So part of the time we get lost or don't know who we truly are because we're stuck in this old conditions, this old behaviors and habits and or ways that we've responded to how we grew up and why we grew up the way we grew up and how we were educated. And once we get in, and part of what we do is when we do the emotion work, when we go back into these parts of ourselves that are hidden or they're there, they're present to or that's questioned, like, oh, why am I like this? Why, like, you know, it just gives you a better foundation to understand why, right? Part of what we do is to find out the why, you know, and that's why it's important.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of reasons that we do what we do. Um, and a lot of it has to do with things that are unresolved from our childhood. So you're talking about procrastination. Procrastination is a form of avoidance.
Or
So why,
escapism,
Yes,
right?
for sure.
right? So why are you avoiding what you're avoiding? Okay, well, maybe when you were younger, there was something that happened, and you realized that if you didn't get some work done, then you would get punished. So, in order to avoid getting punished in the future, you're now looking to do stuff in a certain way. But the consequences need to be there for you so that you feel that there's enough punishment that it's worth your time to actually do the task or not. Right. So there's all these things that we don't even realize are going on, that are just kind of in the background, kind of running how we operate. Um, and as we start to unpack what those are, um, patterns and things and behaviors start to shift and change. So um, it's a powerful tool to be able to go through and look at what is causing us to do what we do. Um, so we've got some content up on school now around that. Um, that just got released the other date, and it's something that, since you're in the community now, you should have access to.
So, mm, I heard that you are working with the inner child. So, it's your main work, or it's like like you got more methods to do, and it's just one of them?
The foundation, the base is the emotional work, the inner child work, right? And the reason why we have that as a base is because that's the parts that we need to clear so we can clear a path and recognize the old habits and behaviors and conditioned behaviors that we hold within us that are causing us to have the habits that are self-sabotaging, causing us to procrastinate, not take action on certain things and delay or avoid and hide or run away. Is all of that because there were certain traumas or things that happened to us when we were younger that caused us certain, pains out of fight or flight or feelings that we didn't know about, right? So we need to clear that within us, that path within us to open it up so we can uncover the lie, the story that we created about ourselves to make an opening for the truth, our truth of who we truly are to come forward. And then when that starts to happen, that gives the allowance to understand why you self sabotage, why you procrastinate. All these answers start coming to you. And so, yeah, so we use a lot of emotional work to get into the body to extract why you have these behaviors and why you go into these, like, let's say a bit of self-sabotage, not good enough, avoidance. These are feelings I'm sure you're feeling why you delayed a project for something you needed to do for two weeks. There was this like, oh, I don't want to do it because I feel like I'm gonna fuck up. I don't want to do this now because it's gonna turn to shit, right? That's just a feeling, but where's that feeling coming from? So we get rid of that feeling, we create an opening and an allowance of you to take action in that moment when you feel, hey, I need to do this, I can do it now, and have the confidence to go and do it in that moment rather than postpone for 2 weeks.
And like you said, after you did it, you're like, oh, that wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be, right?
Yeah,
So
it
it's
was
it's
really refreshing. Because
yeah.
as you
Yeah.
say, like I was keeping this in my mind for like even during the weekends, I was thinking about this. Oh, fuck, I haven't done, and
Yeah.
even like maybe not even like saying badly to myself, but thinking, oh, I have sure done this like 2 weeks ago, actually.
Yeah,
Like
fear of failure,
some
right?
inner voice, some inner energy which could be consumed in much better way outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You
so,
know, it's go ahead, Nick.
so doing the inner healing and finding your inner child that was hurt, that happened in whatever particular situation for you, and healing them and giving them what they needed in that moment is how you get set free from that. And then because you're no longer affected by that feeling anymore, that procrastination just goes away. And so you're able to take action and be more decisive and focus. And it's powerful. Like you step into your own power, right? That feeling that you're like, I just accomplished this and this is amazing. Like, and it's really refreshing. Oh man, this is great. That's all the time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're because it seems like you have this question right around the inner child. So, you know, what is coming up for you or what has come up for you that you have a question around or a feeling that you're present to that you can bring forth right now, for example.
I didn't understand your question.
So,
Sorry.
I was saying, it sounds like you asked about inner child and the foundation
Mhm.
of the why we do it. Is there something like you also mentioned inner voice, right? This inner voice that's always complicating something within you. What does that voice tell you all the time? What does it feel like? What does it tell you?
Like sometimes, okay, I don't have enough energy to do this right now. Sometimes, like I am not enough. Like let's do this later. So I will say it usually is about some maybe mm, low self-esteem, like not
Okay.
or maybe not low, but not enough to do this right now. So I should okay,
Yeah.
I will do this, build some energy around it. Okay, so if I do this some around, I get energy. The other stuff, I will be more self-esteem. So okay, I can do this. So it's like some
Hmm.
circle actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
That's great that you recognize that, and you're actually taking action to build your self esteem by completing other stuff. So when you complete your tasks, are you celebrating that you've completed that task? Because by adding a joyful celebration after you've done something, that actually helps lift your confidence even more.
I'm not doing this because I feel like okay, these tasks are not important, and anyway, I could do more.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, how about you celebrate it right now? And if you were going to celebrate it, what would a celebration sound like for you?
That's a good question.
Imagine like you're at a soccer game or at some sports event that you like, or when you get really excited. How would you celebrate that? What would it sound like?
Maybe I will go to like the little trip with my dog to some lake and just spend there all day
Okay.
here. Like
All
not.
right, but I'm talking about in the moment, like a verbal celebration, not an exercise, not
Woo!
But
yeah, like woo,
it was just about
yeah,
the walk. Yeah, it was just about
yeah,
some chill day. Yeah, I
yeah,
mean
yeah.
like to spend some chill day.
Yeah, yeah, but no, I'm talking about the word, like a word. Use a word like yeah, hell yeah, let's go, like a celebration, like yes, I did it. That kind of celebration. A walk or
Yeah.
taking a
Okay.
physical
Okay.
action.
Okay.
We need
I
something in
understood
the
like
moment.
it's more, more,
Yeah,
more like the reward.
yeah. Like yeah, this is more a celebration. Like you complete the task, and as soon as you complete the task, you celebrate it with like a hell yeah, let's go, fuck yeah, woohoo, and you
Oh, okay.
really,
Okay. Okay.
So if you were going to celebrate, how would that celebration look like for you? What would it feel like if you were to
I
do
don't
it
know.
right now?
Usually, I'm not celebrate, and yeah, I would like to smile to myself and say to
Okay,
myself,
so let's
"It's
go,
good."
let's go, let's give it a celebration. We'll
Yeah,
all celebrate with you. Come on,
it's
woo, let's all
good
celebrate.
job.
Yeah,
Good
come on.
job.
Yeah, good job. Come on, oh, let's go. Good job. Woo. Right? And you see, how does that feel right now?
I saw the smile, the
Mm,
joy in you there. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Like
it's
you were really happy.
It was interesting and some kind of funny actually.
Yeah.
It's only funny because you're not used to it, right? This is a new, weird,
But
different
funny
thing.
in positive way actually. I wanted to.
Yeah, yeah.
It's fun, more fun. Oh, let's say fun, not funny.
So, but by having that joyful celebration, that's going to lift you up and it's going to give you confidence. I just completed something. I can accomplish something else as well, right? And if you start writing down just the things that you've completed and celebrated, you can go back in time and when you're in a place where you're not doing so well and relook at those things that you've completed and celebrate them again. We call that a wins journal. It's the things you've won at, right? So by celebrating, it puts I want to say, uh, pinpoints a place in your soul that this happened on this day and it's a positive thing, right?
Yeah. Or a
So
feeling
when
of accomplishment, right?
a feeling of accomplishment, right? But that joyful celebration really reinforces that. And so you're able to look back on that day and be like, oh, that was a good day because I did all of these things. And there's not a task that's too small. I heard you say that, oh, it's not that big a deal. It's just work. Well, no one else is doing what you're doing. Only you are doing what you're doing. If you didn't do that, no one else is going to have done that. So that's something that you, as you, are the only one who could have accomplished. And then when you've done that, you did accomplish that. And it's a powerful thing because I just did that. Wow. Awesome. And so you're then able to celebrate that, wow, I'm actually making a difference in these people's lives because I did this thing for them. And now I'm helping them have a brighter financial future. Yes. Oh, this is great. Right? So when you are able to reframe that and start to celebrate how you're being impactful and have that joy come up, it makes a world of difference. It helps lift your confidence so that you're wanting to do more things. And it also helps shift the interactions that you have with people around you. Because when you're in a happier, joyful state, it's contagious. Does that make sense?
A lot of sense.
Awesome.
I wanted to ask Andrew, can you relate to this in some way? You're on mute.
There you go.
There you
Oh,
go.
100%. Yeah, no, it's like,
Mhm.
I think you and I, Wally, we've had this conversation numerous times.
Yeah.
Numerous times. And I think that the procrastination is one thing, but I think the um, delay is another. So it's like, hey, I know that I need to get this thing done at this time, but I'll just put it aside and I'll just worry about it later. And then I'll come back to it in a later date and I'll get it done. But like later is never later. It's always like a week later, a month later, and you realize it's like, shit, I should have got this done today. I should have got this done now, right? Why am I procrastinating on something that needs to be done, address it right off the bat. So yeah, like Nate said, or sorry, Nick said, is like those, like that list, that little checklist of everything you need to get done. Like I always find, do the hardest thing first, get those things done, and then the easiest stuff comes by so quickly.
That's great. Thank you, Andrew.
Awesome.
No
Thank
problem.
you. That's awesome. So what do you think, Camille?
I think that the celebration point have a lot of sense, and I will introduce this for sure.
Awesome, man. Let's hear it. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Awesome.
Well,
Awesome.
I think what you guys both said, like Wally and Nick, it's like, and I think for Camille, it's like, I think the hardest thing for us too as men, sometimes we don't want to recognize like our achievements as like a win, right? Like we just kind of put it to the back burner and like, yeah, yeah, no, I don't need to worry about it. Like, okay, it's done, right? But we don't get that satisfaction to be like, grateful for what we actually accomplished, right?
So when
Yeah.
you climb to the top of that hill or trail or wherever you're going with your dogs on your hikes, you're like, yes, I just got to the top here. This is awesome,
hmm
right?
hmm
You can celebrate even that, right? And you're already doing something that you're enjoying, right? But when you start to, oh, I just finished doing the dishes. Yes. I just folded my laundry. Awesome, right? And no one else is going to do that. But when you get it done and you've accomplished that, that's now something that only you have accomplished. No one else could have done the dishes on that day. You did the dishes on that day.
And
And
it
that's something
also helps.
you can
Yeah,
celebrate.
sorry, Nick. Yeah,
It's something
celebration.
that you can celebrate, right?
Yeah. And what's amazing about it too is then it helps you shift your internal context about yourself. Oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. I'm
Yeah.
stupid. I'm not going to do this now because I'm just going to suck at it. I'm going to fail. I don't feel good enough to do it right now. Right. So we build confidence through celebration in order to build the confidence. So when we do have those feelings of fear and doubt that arise up in us, why we delay and why we postpone and why we procrastinate, then we can say, fuck it, let's go, instantly build your confidence in that moment, and then take action and say, fuck it, I'm going to do this now. And it
Right.
gets rid of the fear, it gets rid of the doubt. It's
Because you have
almost like
a history, right? You have a history of doing things and completing things. And so you now know, okay, well, this is just another task I have to do, right? And so I can do tasks. Not a problem. I did 50 tasks yesterday, and I get to celebrate all of those. And so this is just another thing. And so you're not assigning all of this weight and value to this big scary job, right? It's now just another thing you have to do in the day, along with all the rest of the stuff you have to do, right? And it's not going to be a problem because I got everything else done. I can do one more thing. It's not a problem. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay.
and can you see how when you do these things and accomplish them, how also when you do that celebration and how why you get distracted and go into dreamland and avoid, right? That's like, that's a typical ADHD kind of concept, daydreaming, right? Moving away, shifting, because that's how you avoid it, because there's pain for you there, right? And
Right.
you could feel, so you can feel that, oh, I don't want to do this now because I'm going to suck at it. I'm going to fail at this. I'm not good enough right now. So you do other things and do other tasks to
hmm
build up your confidence to try to come back
hmm
to it later. And even when you do try to come back to it later, you're still doubting yourself, but you force yourself to do it, force yourself to focus because at this point, there's no more time left that you have to get it done. Right. So, and that's a lot of pain to carry. So imagine if you can deal with the hurt when you feel that, you deal with the hurt in that moment. Sometimes, hey, I need to do this now. I need to sit down and, I've done this with Nick several times where even getting this program off the ground, we had a different version, and then it was called Heal the Child, Heal the Adult, and then we decided to go more in this direction called Renewing the Man, give it more of a brand label and name and stuff like that. And I took, left that other one and had to take some time and figured, and I had to do emotional work with Nick around not being good enough, failing. And then as soon as I dealt with it, I was able to get back on my feet, take action, and get this going the way it needed to be done.
It was pretty amazing to see you work through a bunch of stuff, Wally. Um, especially some of the technical stuff, because I know that you do struggle with a lot of that. So seeing you work through and posting daily what you were going through and stuff was really, really encouraging to see your progress.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. It's mind-boggling. Sometimes you saw with the Gmail and the YouTube, right? For example, I was like, Nick, I can't do this. This is terrible. This sucks. It took me how many days? You really kept asking me, like, I'm like, I don't know, man. It's like I don't know where to go. Go here, go there, go there. It's telling me to do this, to do that. I'm like, I can't. Where do I find that? Or where that's there? Like it really takes. I struggle with it, you know.
And then
But like,
when I got like just log into your account, I was able to get it sorted out in like 5 minutes, right?
yeah,
And so it's not that there's anything wrong with Wally, but his brain is wired differently than mine is, and I was able to see what this problem was and address it so that I could then have access to our YouTube channel because I wasn't able to post anything on YouTube. So now that's all resolved, but Wally was really struggling to get that sorted out. And as soon as I was able to jump in and get access to where I needed to have access, I was able to give my other accounts further access so that we can make it all work. So
yeah,
yeah, it's just one of those things that it's not that there's things that are wrong with us. It's that who we are isn't always conducive to being able to handle the task in front of us. And when we see that there's a gap there, we can then take action to actually start to look at why. Why is this something that I'm struggling with? What about me am I believing about myself that's preventing me from looking into doing this further work on how I can heal and actually do this, make this a thing? So, um, yeah, does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay,
awesome.
awesome.
Andrew, have anything to add to that, or Nika?
Yeah, I also have these, but mostly just with replying to messages. Like I cannot reply to people. I don't know. I don't know why, but it's impossible for me because I want to take time to give a good reply, or like answer whatever, but then I never have the time. And then I
Yeah,
just don't reply for 2 months to
yeah.
anyone.
Right. Can you see how that's how it's avoidance because you want to write something and feel that
I
in
want
that
to take my
moment
time.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then you feel in that moment that you can't write the way you want to write, and so it's kind of like I'm not good enough right now. I'm gonna respond, and they're gonna think whatever I'm gonna say right now is stupid, so I'm just gonna not respond.
I want this to be perfect. And so if
Yeah,
it's not going to be perfect, then I'm not going to do it because I want this to be perfect for that person
uh-huh.
so that they'll think well of me. That's what
Yeah.
I'm hearing.
Not well. It's just I wanna take time when I reply to people. I wanna like take time and like give like more than 5 words response, and this takes me more time. I don't know. Like I
Oh,
don't know how to say. Like
so oh,
I wanna have good. How to say? Uh,
intention.
like I wanna have good. Like yeah, good conversation. I wanna have deep, or how to say deep, not so shallow. Like hey, da da da. Like good. Like I don't know how to say. Not just quickly something,
You want to make a really deep
but
connection.
like not deep connection. How to say? In my language is prisno. I don't know how to say in English. Like
Appreciate
for real.
For-
You know, not
yeah, for
something just
yeah,
shallow. Like when Australian people say, "Hey, how are you?" and they go. You know, not like this.
Uh,
yeah.
you want an authentic
So
connection.
more, yeah, authentic. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but then it's just no time at the end. But yeah, the task I need to do, make my list also and I check it.
I mean,
And
you
I
have to
always,
as a scuba instructor, right? You have to be on point with that.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Awesome,
Great.
Andrew. You have anything to
That's
add
up.
to this as well? Like when I mean you do business, you have a lot of tasks during the day, right? You run a company.
Yeah. No,
You
it's
know how
just like go
so what
say
are some of the things, like the important things that you have to get done, right? Because is it general contracting or something like this? What is
mechanical
it that you do?
contracting.
Right.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like it's the thing is, I mean, um, one thing I've kind of learned, and I'm still learning this day by day, is my interactions with others, but how I how I answer them through email or through um texting, right? Because
Right.
like for example, it's like sometimes we want to get right to the point, but we can be cold a little bit and a little
Hmm.
bit, how do I say it? We can be very
Yeah.
direct in a way, right? And it's like we
Yeah.
want to be respectful, but we also want to be respectful of our time, right? And it's it's interesting when you as the man sending the message to them, and then when you perceive the message in return, you're like, shit, I don't like the how they kind of come off. So I'm like, am I doing the same thing in return to them that makes me like, oh shit, maybe I need to change my opinion, right? Or my way of looking at things. But that's
Yeah.
just kind of how things are, right? It's a doggy dog world, right? So it's just like, you know, it's hard. It's the one thing I've kind of learned through my dealing with people is just like if you can't give your full attention to the person, it's just like they're like this, they're gone. They're pretty much gone like that, right? So yeah, that's what I've kind of been learning.
So you feel like some of your texts maybe been a bit of harsh or aggressive, and then they're responding in defensive justification.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and then
Like
that triggers you to defend and justify back
oh,
and forth.
100%.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, like my main estimator who works for me, he's from like Italy, right? So there's a little bit of
Mhm,
that difference in like language barrier and like how he does things and how I do things, right? Like we get the
mhm,
job done regardless. Like he'll give me a task to do, I get that job done. I give him a task, he'll get the job done. So like back and forth, we'll work together, right? But
mhm.
there is a little bit of like procrastination on my end sometimes that I don't get stuff done, right? And
Yeah,
or
right.
what he says to me that I might take it in a defensive way, but it's like he's not meaning any disrespect. It's just the way he is towards me,
It's like,
right?
Andrew, get this done. Why are you delaying it, or something like that, right?
Pretty much, exactly,
Yeah. And
right?
then that provokes. What does that provoke for you when you get it when he talks to you that way?
Irritation,
Mm, uh-huh. Right.
frustration, you
Uh-huh.
know,
I know it.
and
I
like
know that.
you've and
I
I
felt.
talked
I've
about
got
this
it.
before, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, it's like
Right.
there's little things like, those little things happen. It starts triggering you like things from like, your past, your trauma from your before. And it just kind
Yeah.
of all of a sudden, poof, it just explodes. Right.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
It's like a pressure
It's
cooker that builds and builds
yeah.
and
Well,
then it explodes.
yeah, like it's
The
like,
freeze that
oh, it
follows.
freezes for sure. Right. But it's like, it's, then you get new employees. You got to start dealing with the new employees, and you're like, okay, guys, like I need to do this and this and this and this and this, right? And you avoid like having the conversations with them because like you're tasked on this, but like those little things that you can handle, it's just easy resolve. It just kind of balls up in that little thing, and then all of a sudden, right?
Yeah. We know it. It's like, yeah, because we get this pressure and this feeling of overwhelmness, and we're not taking care of ourselves in the moment where we get kind of caught in that inner cycle of, it's kind of, what do you call it, the inner mind game, right, where the ego is then going in,
Oh.
building a story, and then all of a sudden you're creating anxiety from it, and then anxiety is even then building to that pressure you already have that's not even taken care of yet.
Hmm.
you know I can go back to a situation where I'm dealing with a model back before COVID, and my wife was asking me something, my mother was asking me something, and I was on the couch and somebody else was asking me something, and I'm focused on one task. I said, guys, I need a few minutes. Can you leave me
Yep.
alone?
Yep.
But nobody would leave me alone to allow me to finish this task. And I was building this pressure in. And then I responded with a fucking, tornado.
Hmm.
Because I wasn't taking that moment to settle myself, to take a step back and
Yeah.
realize, hey, this isn't important, you know. These people
And
that are in my life are important.
yeah, well, that's one thing I've learned very quickly from just everything, right? It's like I
Yeah,
almost say to guys like, "Hey, give me a few minutes. Let me get this task done. When I'm done this task, like let's just jump into this conversation, right?" And I'm like,
yeah,
kind of what you've been doing with you and I. It's just like I'll write stuff down. Like, give me a couple minutes. This is what we're talking about. Okay, write it down for a few
yeah,
seconds. That way, it's still in my head, and then we can
yeah.
kind of bring it back, right?
Exactly, exactly. Yeah. No, it's so important how everything is in the body, right? And how everything, why we do the emotion work, why we do the inner child, get rid of these traumas and these self beliefs, negative self beliefs about ourselves,
Hmm.
is to make a clearer path so we can be more productive, that we can make more money, that we could live the life that we want and be more at peace and be more happy and be more in like, hey, I don't have to be so serious. Like, oh, I know what I'm doing on the job. I can do this, this, and this. So I've now taken care of my nervous system. My nervous system is now calm. I'm more present. So now that I'm more present, I can say, okay, I have this test here. Okay, I'm on a job site. I don't have to be aggressive or reactive towards the guys. Like, hey, what's going on with this? I could be more in control by not having so much control or trying to be dominant or a dictator over the people that are working for you,
Yeah.
right? That you can get to them with sugar, not salt, right? And then build them up. And by building them up, they're going to get a smile on their face and they're going to want to do a better job because you made them feel better. But if you, attack them and tell them they're not good and they're lousy and they're a fuck up and this and that, do you think that's going to help their performance, right? So every
Hmm.
one of us, every human being on this planet has some kind of wounding, some kind of trauma, some kind of hurt, some kind of personal stuff going on in their life, whether it's with family, divorce, financial, whatever it is. Somebody has some kind of wounding, some kind of internal irritation that they're dealing with, right? So when somebody comes
Oh,
up, and throws, more eggs into their basket, and they're not ready to cook,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
All those eggs are going to crack
Oh, yeah.
under that pressure, right? So that's why the emotion work is so valuable, is so important, and why we deal with the inner child and the negative self belief and what drives us, right? Um, because all of that pain, all of that hurt, is part of what drives us to do the things that we were doing and going after in our life. You know.
Yeah.
Like Andrew,
Totally
you
agree.
mentioned this too. Like, oh, if we talked about this the other day, I believe, where it's like, oh, I don't want to do this work because it's going to remove something from me that I feel safe with, that keeps me doing what I'm doing at the level I'm doing it at, right? But
Hmm.
it's not going to change that much. What's going to change is how you show up,
Yeah.
not how you do the job. It's good. Well, how you do the job and how you show up, it's definitely going to change, but it's not going to affect the job,
Yeah.
It's
right?
actually like the safety that you're holding on to um, is a false sense of safety. And so when you start to move into your own power, you're creating your own safety instead of having this other thing be your safety for you.
But also, I think it's a delusion, right? Like
It's an illusion.
it's something that you've basically perceived in your mind, and you knew
Yeah.
that to yourself, like, I'm not good enough for this. I don't have the I don't have the smarts. I don't have like the will. I don't have like the capacity to do it. But like, and then I've kind of realized at a certain point, I'm like, fuck the capacity, fuck this shit. Like, if I need to basically put my time into it, I can learn it, right?
So
Yeah.
basically, all the things that we're
Mm.
dealing with are attacks on our identity of who we
Oh,
actually are.
100%.
And it's the delusion of who we are versus what we've been told we are
Mm,
is the issue. And so going through and clearing that delusion from what we believe about ourselves is the key to transforming yourself back into, oh no, I'm actually this, not what this person told me I am.
mm,
And
yeah.
so in order to do that, you have to get into the right emotional state and clear how you felt in the moment as a small child, so that
Yeah.
you step back into the identity and the truth about who you've been created to be.
Well, I mean, it's also too, which I found too, especially with Wally and I had the conversation yesterday. It's just like you got to start looking at your inner self and start realizing, like, write stuff down from, like, from family members, like what you've went through, what you've what you've suffered, what you've like what emotionally triggers your mind and what triggers yourself. And it's like a lot of that stuff is like it's emotional, and it's just like sometimes it's just like it's so deep in yourself that you just don't want to even admit, or you want to even talk about, because you're scared of letting that stuff out, right?
Mm, yeah.
It's
Oh,
so true. Right? Yeah.
I want to bring. I want Andrew. I'd love to. Can I bring this win? This little win that you had yesterday. You want to share
Sure,
that
yeah,
little
go.
win? What was it? What was the win that you had? The little win. It was a little win, right? When we did the little breathing technique, right? You connected to
Oh
something, a
yes,
feeling.
yes,
What was the win?
yes.
What was the win?
Can't remember.
You
Well,
got a
what?
you got a little teary eyed. Remember, you got a little emotional there for the first time in a long time.
Oh yes, yeah, yeah. Like yeah, that was definitely emotional. I was something that I wasn't really comfortable at that point, right? And I was like,
Yeah,
how do I even want to admit that, right?
yeah, yeah,
Because I think emotionally,
Yeah.
like as men, as especially that we've suffered from innermost trial issues, that we don't like when the moment we start talking about that, it's like it's suppressed in our body, and we just don't want to even want to bring it up, right? And sometimes it's like at your feet, and it's like you got to start bringing all the way up to your stomach, through your heart, through like like, and excuse me if I say this without being rude, it's like I
yeah,
swear a lot. So just
yeah. It's okay. I swear all the time. It's so good.
but it's kind of weird in a way to you basically take it here and you get it out, and then you're like, why am I holding on to it for so long, right?
Yeah.
So it's
So
it's different.
when I started on this healing journey, I was afraid to express my emotions. Right? Because like most men, like anytime you've expressed your emotions, you've gotten punished for it.
Mhm.
So I would shut down a lot. And now when I start to get emotional, I'm actually celebrating because, oh, now there's something else I have to deal with. And I can
Hmm.
recognize
Hmm.
that, oh, yes, there's more work for me to do because I've done a lot of emotional work. But
Well,
now there's still more work to do. Okay, well, I thought I
yeah,
was good.
Yeah.
Clearly, there's something else I got to deal with. So this is great.
And there's always stuff to work on. I mean, even for me, I have stuff I still got pointed out to me even this past couple of days
Yep.
around my ex-wife. I'm like, oh
yeah,
shit, I got more work to do around that.
yeah,
Oh, I got work
yeah.
around it. Oh, so and I'll coach Nick, and Nick will coach me, vice versa. And if you see what happens and transpires between Nick and I, it's wild.
Yeah.
It's like you felt a little bit of that tingle, that energy, that electricity that went through your body that little bit yesterday, right? Well, when Nick and I do it, it's like I got like lightning bolts shooting out of my fingertips,
uh, yeah.
or
Well,
vice versa. You know.
Well, as men is like I think that the older you get, a lot of stuff we don't want to show. We don't want to show our weakness, right? As
Yeah.
men, right? Because especially if we're around women, we don't want to show our emotions. We don't want to show us like we have a weakness, right? Because it's like as
Hmm.
men, we're supposed to be strong, right? And we don't want to show that we have a weak point, right? Because we want women to see us as a strong, proud person, right? We don't want to be in that position where it's like they see a weak point, right, of us, right?
Mm. It's great, Nika. Since you're on this call as a woman, can you
Yeah,
speak
I'm
to
just
that?
into that. Yeah, like I think it's healthy to express your feelings, but it's also healthy to hold the feelings when you need to hold them. So like I don't know if there's some situation, not to like go crazy and get your feelings out, but of course express yourself. But like every woman and man, we need to control our feelings in situations. But it's good to express yourself, right? To partner, to whatever, fully,
But
right?
when it's a big trigger, I think what you're talking about, like we have express yourself within a limit that's not coming from a trigger,
Ah,
right? For men, so for men, when I think what Andrew is talking about is like, men want to always have this mask of like, I'm proud, I'm a man, you're gonna
no,
see
this
me
is
as
Andrew Tate
strong.
vibe. Nobody likes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
Maybe those basic girls they like that don't care. I'm like I don't know. It
But
depends. I think yeah. I don't
but for
yeah.
you,
I think
but for you as a woman, you don't mind if a man can be emotional and cry, and you can hold that
no,
space
of
for him.
course it's healthy. It's healthy you have to cry or you get sick. So
Yeah.
I I support crying and expressing all the feelings like because if I have a partner then I'm here to help like or be by his side and vice versa. That's yeah.
Awesome.
That's great.
Yeah. Powerful.
And
Thank you, Nika, for sharing that. Andrew, so you see, it's all illusion, right? It's all a lie. That whole idea of I got to be strong, I have to show that I'm a capable man, right?
Yeah, no,
It,
it's interesting as we say that because as men we think that we need to be strong and you know um emotional or
yeah,
emotional, sorry, let's just say, right?
yeah,
And we're not supposed to
yeah.
show um we're not show weakness, right? Because that's the thing is like
Mm,
as we're supposed to be proud, right? Be able to handle mostly everything on our own, right?
right.
And I think Camille basically said this earlier. It's like we're supposed to try to get everything done. Like we're supposed to be able to like throughout the day, I need to get this done. I need to get this done. I need to get this done. And like the sense of accomplishment of just knowing that, okay, day to day, I got these things done. And when we get sidetracked, we like, what am I doing wrong? I'm trying to be, the man of the house, trying to take care of everything. But emotionally, if I'm not there, it's just like,
Mm,
you know,
Yes. Yes.
and it's hard. It's hard as men because we have that thing where we need to have that pride issue, right?
yeah, and it's coming from fear.
Like I think it's all taught. This is like all taught from your childhood, you know. But I see as like it would be hard for me to be a guy. I don't know if I could do it actually. Like,
Okay, well, okay.
I
So
don't
then
know if I
saying
could do
that,
it.
it's
I'm
different for
so
us.
glad I'm a
For
woman,
us to think
really.
about being a woman, that'd be like, no, sorry, I'm out.
highlight of
Like we don't want
authority.
to. We know what you girls go through, so we don't want to be a part. We don't want to be doing that, right?
But like I think what we go through is little bit. I think men have to do so much more. I would never want to be a guy. Never.
And when you say that men have to do so much more, is men have to awaken, men have to understand themselves emotionally, men have to start to conquer their inner demons, and that's taking responsible. That's more better way of being responsible than just covering the bills and taking care of the household. Being responsible is taking care of himself internally first. Then all the rest of the stuff is just a shit in the breeze,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but they are taught by a young age to like not put themselves first. So that's why they discover themselves when they're 50 or 40. Because
Yeah,
then they realized, oh, I delayed my emotional growth. If they
yeah,
realize.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's important. And
Yeah.
it's okay to have feelings. I'm not going to get punished by like actually expressing myself. So yeah, it's been a trip.
And what an awesome trip it is, to
Oh
be
yeah,
here, to be on this call, to be present, and to be purposeful in the support for other men and women. And it's powerful. I'm
yeah,
happy,
yeah.
happy to be here.
Pretty-
And this place in life that, because for me, it's become some kind of magic trip of being so present with God, and and with the energies that are going through me and what I'm feeling and how I'm thinking is completely different. I mean, sometimes I say, geez, if I had this kind of thinking when I was 20 years old, imagine where I would be in a different place. But no, I discovered this going through a divorce at 47 or 40, 46, 47.
Well, you just can't remember your age.
He's always trying to be younger.
I'm always younger. I'm turning 53 this year, man.
Hey, Wally, is that a delusion?
Oh yeah, it's my delusion. you know, no, I think it's good to I think it's good to be like feel young, be young, but also show up, as an adult, when you
Mm-hmm.
need to, when you have to, but still have that
Yeah.
playfulness of joy and peace. And, it's like, that's one thing I really enjoy about life right now is I am, I am in peace, but yes, I have emotions that come and I feel like I'm being tested. Like last night, at 3 o'clock in the morning, I woke up and I felt like my whole body was like lit up by electricity, and my heart was
Mm.
racing, was for three, and I didn't sleep all day. It's at 3 o'clock in the morning. I was trying to sleep, but I was like, oh my God. I was feeling totally out of it. I called Nick for like 3 minutes, I think, or 2 minutes this morning, like just to check in. I'm like, hey, I'm not good. I went back to sleep just checking in. We're good? Okay, bye.
Mm-hmm.
It was, you know, but but other than that, to create your life the way you want to create it from a place of authenticity and peacefulness and internal peaceful and understanding your truth and who you are and who you want to be and who you're becoming from that place, from that new foundation, not from the old. It's such a beautiful thing. And it's a thing of beauty and magic when we can completely show up as a new person.
Truly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see like the conversations with you, Wally, especially hearing
Hmm.
from you, is like because as men we think about like, oh yeah, the guy who's actually hosting it, like he's rock solid. Like he has no faults, right? And you start realizing is like shit, dude, like he goes through shit too, and he's dealing with certain
Hmm.
things too. Like he has
Hmm.
emotion, he has kind of fear, he has doubt. And it's just
Yeah,
like
all
and,
of
it,
it.
and it's
All of
and
it.
it's something that's
It's
refreshing.
never going to go away. It's never going to go
Yeah.
away. Those feelings will never go away.
No.
They're always going to be there. It's how we take care of them, how we show up in them when they come at us, when they're there, where they're present, when
Mhm.
anger comes, when hurt comes, when fear comes, when frustration comes, when resentment comes. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. All of that still comes up for me,
Yeah.
you know? And so I have to continue like have that internal conversation and talk positively and say I am good enough, I am worthy. Oh, Wally, you've been through this before, what's coming up? Okay. Oh, then something else gets pointed out to me that I go, oh, I have to work on this part of it, you know.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
there's always, as we say, as you climb the mountain, there's always going to be another little hill to climb.
You
Yeah.
get to a plateau, and then there's another peak you got to climb, then another plateau, and then another peak you got to climb, and then another plateau.
Yeah.
And each trigger is one of those plateaus. And so, okay, I've just dealt with that one. Okay, work through all of that stuff. Now I'm not getting triggered by that. Yes. Okay.
Well,
And now
yeah,
something else. Oh no, I'm triggered again. Oh, okay,
exactly.
I gotta deal with this now.
Well, tell me one person who doesn't deal with doubt, right?
Well,
Oh,
it,
we all do.
yeah, we
Yeah,
all
but I
do.
know, but the thing, but hear me out. Like, how many people deal with doubt and they just suppress it and they just kind of leave it alone and they don't go into it.
So dwelling on it is one thing, but we're all gonna have these feelings, right? We
Yeah.
feelings are okay to have. We have all of these different emotions, right? It's how we deal with them, right?
Yeah.
And so if we're afraid of what's going to happen and we have doubt about the future of what's going to happen, that anxiety is controlling how we're behaving. That
Yeah.
could be a problem. So when you're able to recognize, okay, this is just another situation that I can work through. I've worked through 100 different situations before. I'm going to be okay. I just have to do the work, figure out how this is going to work, even though I don't know what it's going to look like. I'm still going to move forward. And having that initial step and taking that action is what's going to set you free from that doubt and fear. Is the
Yeah.
action
And then
step.
we celebrate it.
Yeah.
That boosts our confidence, and we go, oh, now we can conquer it with ease and with peace, with no more fear. You
Yeah.
know, so it's yeah, it's a process, but we all, when we choose to take on the work and do the work and move forward into that path, you'll find that it just comes naturally, organically. It's weird.
Mm.
Like you after your first couple of sessions of emotion work, you'll see shifts. You already feel the shifts. You already you know understand. Like you'll feel lighter. You feel different. You feel like, oh my god, I can conquer the world.
Yeah, well, it's that emotion. It's that emotional feeling of accomplishment, right?
Right.
When I think
And also
that,
letting
like,
go. Yeah.
yeah, well, like with Camille, and I think the same what he says, right? Like, if I think that I need to take that ownership of like just a little of accomplishment, like even if we just accomplished something small, like just to be appreciated for the accomplishment we actually did that day, right?
Right.
If no one's giving you
Exactly.
that compliment and giving you that affirmation, you can still affirm yourself. I did that. Yes.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's powerful. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well,
Yeah.
it looks like we're a little over an hour now. So do we
Yeah.
have any
Okay. Awesome.
other things that they have any questions about
And
quick before we wrap this up?
Nick,
You
can you say
guys
that
read
again?
Louise Hay? You sound like you listen to Louise Hay.
Sorry, say
yeah,
again.
yeah. Louise Hay, yeah, of course, I do.
Yeah, yeah, I love her.
Yeah, yeah, awesome.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Louise Hay, she was Law of Attraction, like a guru of from the '90s or something like that,
Mm,
in early
okay.
2000s and '80s, and she,
She
she
healed
did it a lot.
cat. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like healing through law of attraction and dealing with the emotion. So all like we can go into that another time, but like
Oh yeah, it's fine.
how law of attraction work is feeling is the secret, right? And but if you have feelings and you're not taking care of certain emotions that are gonna disrupt the feeling to what you're trying to attract, then you're cutting off the magnetism. You're cutting off the line to that dream. You're just getting in your way by self-sabotage, getting in your way by procrastination, getting in your way by, oh, I'm not good enough. I'm never gonna have this. So therefore you give up on this thing that you're trying to attract. So that's why the
Mm,
emotional work is so powerful, is because when we start dealing with those things, we can start attracting. Like I attracted the house that I got for doing the work.
yeah, yeah, okay.
You know.
Yeah, thank
All
you for
right.
information about the celebration. I will introduce this
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure.
And Camille, if you want, we can through chat, or I send you my WhatsApp and we can have another conversation if you want to talk about some coaching as well and stuff like
Yes,
that. Okay.
with pleasure.
All right.
Definitely worth
Awesome.
it.
All right. Yeah.
Okay,
Let's get a
guys.
celebration, everybody. Let's go. Woo! Awesome. Great call,
Okay.
guys. Thank you so
We'll
much.
see
Okay,
you
guys.
next
Bye.
time.
Bye.
See you next
Bye.
See
Bye.
you
Thank
time.
you.
guys.
See you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.